Hello everyone, and welcome to 10 Minutes on the Fly. My name is Cassandra, and I want to recognize that this bell is a breast cancer awareness bell, and it says finish breast cancer. So every time you hear this bell, another woman is saved, her life is saved from breast cancer. So it's a very positive note, isn't it? Not the struggle, but we're looking at the positive. So just be aware that I ring the bell. Somebody else is just saved. On today's episode, we're going to talk about content creation in a form of hobbies and presenting the content and coming from a place of I'm still learning, but you're still educating. Think about that. I'm coming from a place of still learning, but I'm educating. Meaning you know some things, but you don't know all things, which is really the case for each and every individual on the planet. You only know a small amount compared to what kind of information is out there, which is why it's so beautiful to have so many people with so many different hobbies knowing so many different things. With actual meat and potato context. You literally could tell a baby, they'll say, "What's this?" And you say, "It's a plant. It's a plant, and those are flowers." And they'll say, "Wow, that is so interesting." They're not going to want to know the species name or anything else more than just what is it. And I'm not saying as an adult that you want to talk to your viewers that way, but consider that you might know a whole lot about something, but somebody else on the other side doesn't know anything about it. So it's finding the balance between educating, but not like acting as if they are ignorant, but then also educating in a space of, yeah, you're ignorant. And finding the balance between the two. So when you're creating content, when associated to hobbies, it's a game of curiosity. It's a game of curiosity. Meaning you look at your plant, and I'm using plants as an example because I did a little spiel on plants today on my TikTok page. I did it like just a mini. I wanted to show people how hard I've been working in the yard. My legs are eaten up with insect bites, and I'm itching like crazy right now. My legs are itching like crazy right now, because that is a side effect of a hobby that I enjoy. Is that you get eaten up by bugs, and you will tan, but you'll get a farmer's tan. So what am I going to do? I'm going to educate you and say you should probably wear bug spray, and you should probably wear suntan lotion. And then you can take your education to the types of suntan lotion and the type of bug spray that you want to use. And today I decided to go through McDonald's and get my iced tea. Well, why do you like to go to McDonald's to get your iced tea? Well, because it tastes good. And I kind of like their ice, and it's not as expensive as other places. And usually it's pretty quick. And if I want to grab some French fries, then I can. So it's a convenience factor. But someone who is just getting interested in iced tea, as simple as that sounds, will get curious about what they like. Not because I told them to, though. Although it was suggested. It's always a freedom to choose. That's where you want to leave your customer and your person watching your platform, is you always have a choice. You always have a decision that you need to make. But I recommend you get curious. Please note that I recommended something, but I want you to get curious. I'm telling you what I like, but it doesn't mean it's the end all all being. It really leaves your people feeling safe, free to think, free thinking. And honestly, it guides them to where they're supposed to go, because your journey is yours and their journey is theirs. But even having a discussion around iced tea, I could say, today I'm going to go to Dunkin' Donuts and we're going to taste the iced tea. There's some more content. Now, if people are following you in your content, they're going to know that yesterday you had McDonald's tea. And then tomorrow you might go to Starbucks and you'll have their tea. And then all of a sudden you and your community are actually getting curious together, and it becomes a fun experience. I wonder what she's going to say about tea, about iced tea today. And all it is iced tea. The funny part about iced tea is you can relate it to marketing. You can relate it to health. You can relate it to curiosity of businesses and business structures. You can talk about hospitality and customer service. You can talk about your own emotions associated with the iced tea. You could do flavor profiles for the iced tea. And yes, there are flavor profiles. There is a difference between the tea that's made at McDonald's, and there is a difference from the tea that is made at Grandy's. There's a difference for the tea that is made at Dunkin' and Starbucks. There's different flavors. And what happens when even you're discussing the flavor profiles of each location, it opens pathways in people's minds to say, wow, that is so insightful. And I know we're just talking about iced tea, and I know we're just holding up a plant and saying this is a plant and this has flowers on it, but there's a cognitive recognition, and this is the cutest plant, I swear, ever. I can talk to plants too, by the way. This plant is actually kind of in a non-sexual way flirting with me. I swear, it's the craziest thing. I love you too. Oh, I know, you got a little boo-boo right there, huh? It's kind of like a baby flirt, right? Being a little coy, like, look at me, look how pretty I am. I know, you're so beautiful. He's kind of curling back, going, oh. That's called, in some form, imagination. See how we can incorporate all sorts of different things as conversational pieces while creating content for a group of community that doesn't really understand content, aside from trending and knowing how to sell themselves sexually or in other shape, way, or form to get one over on you, versus actually giving you real connection. You all know, you can look up on Google, that if you cut up strawberries, how to do it for one. You know what the difference in organic and inorganic is. You Google it. You also know what how to make lemonade and how it rots your teeth. And that rose in lemonade does not taste good, by the way. Meaning, most of you out there, even if you're into clean eating and organic style eating, you have to be aware that that type of eating is for the bland taste bud. I hate to tell you, because I'm a clean eater, I like to clean eat, and it's an acquired experience for people. So trying to convince someone of a lemonade that's infused with rose oil that you made at home when you don't even show them how to make the rose oil, and then you get embarrassed because you put the spoon in the wrong way, and then you giggle to somebody on the side as if that's real humor. I'm really just trying to paint the picture of how that type of content is overplayed, it's outdone, and we're just plain tired of it. It leaves the audience disconnected, it leaves them confused, and it leaves them in a low vibration of what the hell is she talking about, as she giggles off to the bank as she gets another brand deal. As she tries to erotically look to the left to get you thinking somebody is standing to her left, when it's probably just her camera guy. So what is the feeling left to you when you think it might be someone you know? It leaves you angry whether you're a boy or a girl. Doesn't matter if you're trying to date this person or not. It's uncomfortable. It means you have secrets to hide, and it leaves your community very flat, and you show yourself as extremely selfish. However, corporate America still supports that style of education, which is not education at all. Please hear me on this. So as I talk to you about these different ways to create content, it even may occur to you as confusing, but that's what they want you to think. All these things that I'm telling you, you already have inside you. It's just the light bulb needs to be awakened, and you have to have a desire to be of service for others. A generosity of giving information that you know in low quantities though. Meaning you cannot give all your secrets away, although some people have told me to give all my secrets away, and they stole my idea. So you be aware that currently in this day and age, at this day and time, there's a lot of viciousness, of thievery going on. So the old days, it's like, well, yeah, give away your information, but know that no one will ever replicate or be like you, which will be your, what you call brand or your unique self. However, what's going on in today's day and age is we have manipulation, we have copying of content called trending, we have uneducated individuals who are making brand deals because they are not eating food, claiming to be clean eating, and standing next to a guy who's promoting social media and trying to terrorize America, as they all collectively say, and they all collectively say this: be kind. What's eccentric to the person I'm even physically talking about right now is that they're all just like him. But none of them are really willing to stand up for the realities of what's going on here, of what their spouses are putting upon females. So do not trust any females. I hate to tell y'all. Women are probably they are the demise of society. And the fact that we've had women leadership such as Kamala Harris and any other individual like the lady of Finland, who's the prime minister, or the lady of, it's Australia. They're all in their 30s. Understand that if you're 37 and you're trying to lead a country, you are not acceptable as a leader. I'm sorry. There should definitely be age requirements or some tests that you should pass, because what you're doing is you're literally a Game of Thrones addict who is literally trying to overthrow all the hard work that men and women across this country have put in since the day we began on this planet. I digress. Back to content creation. That was content creation on a political platform. My opinion, factual evidence. Meaning logics when you're talking politics. Watch how they are acting. Have an education associated to factual stuff. Do you hear that? You don't want to just give your an opinion. You need to back it up. What happened in the movie of Game of Thrones? As the women arose above the men, and then look what happened at the very end of the movie. She turned into a devil, B-I-T-C-H, didn't she? That's exactly what happens to these non-grounded females. Maybe the lady of New Zealand is the only one, and the few others that are in their older years. The one that I always remember seeing with Putin. But generally speaking, as a general rule, women turn into Monavans. Women turn into Kim Kardashians, and that is an unsafe environment for women who are civilians to be a part of. And it is really quite interesting to see how Kim Kardashian represents Kanye West as she proclaims herself to be the victim, when the reality is that Kanye is actually the victim. And then how the casualty of husband to wife in a divorce system, and how you as an audience fuel that content creation. So I literally showed you the pathway, painted a picture, and I opened your eyes up to something that maybe you didn't see before. The last thing, I'm like 5 minutes over. I might have to change this to the 20-minute podcast because I keep going over. What else do I want to say? That's it, I guess. I guess that's all. Looks like someone else just battled and won. Little recap of today's episode. Uh-oh. You know, this tells me that this plant might be poisonous. So do not eat this plant. Ow. God, he's hurting my finger. See, look. I have to sit with this for a second. Let's see what this plant has to say. This is a good plant. Not all plants are nice plants, by the way. We've got weeds out there that aren't nice. Anywho, if you liked my video, if you got something for yourself in my video, then I would like you to call your mom and say, "Hey mom, ding-a-ling-a-ling, I want you to watch this girl. She's really entertaining and I just get a lot of information. I know you're trying to create some kind of online thing. I think you'd really get a lot of confidence off of what she's trying to teach, to let you know that you too can make a appearance on the internet, because you got lots of information to share. So if you like it, subscribe, like, love, comment, and share with your friends, and not just online, but in verbality. Can I make that word up? Verbality? Because we got a lot more to talk about. Today I was actually going to talk to y'all about silverware usage and how to set a table, but I was like, I don't feel like doing that today. But it's definitely important when you're working in an entrepreneur setting that you can tell a lot about somebody if they know which fork and which knife to use at dinner. And it says a lot about their courtesy if they save their fork and they save their knife, if they're using their salad fork during their shrimp cocktail and then they put it on their plate. It says a lot about their awareness game. So there's a lot of different topics here, folks, but that's one. And if they don't know which fork and knife to use, there's two things that they're trailer park rich. They just don't know. And once you don't know, you don't know. And they're vicious to the server. So some people will do it on purpose to get the server to do extra work. Thank you for watching.